edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Ojumayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this afternoon, I'm
Rochimi Orilua, son of the prophetess, the man who is Mbuke. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of us, wherever you are watching all over the world.
Thank you for always staying glued and staying tuned to WYTV. We want to appreciate our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas, for always staying through for us. They are the producer of Nokpa Abba Mixture, Abba Cool, Abba Tonic, Abba Bitters, Abba Energy, Powder, and Abba and Flusher. Whichever you need, you can send a DM or call the number 0701010859, and you can also be a sponsor for the show on WYTV. Or you can bring your advert by calling the number as well or sending in your DM, and also join our WhatsApp to be part of the WhatsApp community. You know how we did on the show, bring to you news that made it to the top. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we discuss the one we feel we should discuss. But we will not be the only one talking. You can also drop your own comments in the comment section while we rub our minds together. On Punch newspaper, we have World Cup qualifiers. Eagles drop to fourth after Benin wins. Saudi declares June 16th Salah Day. Presidency denies 105,000 naira pay as Labour awaits Tinubu's offer. NGE SAN slam police over journalist on lawful detention. On Vanguard newspaper, we have CBN will implement bold reforms that will make economy work. Cardoso. NDLEA nabs 110 suspects, recover 520.385 kg illicit drugs in Kaduna. Tinubu working to improve Nigeria's economy, SGF. Daily Post newspaper have this. Minimum wage. I can't pay my 4 drivers 100,000 naira per month, SGF Akume. Court jails Oshun ex-local government chairman, 5 others for arson. Mohbad. Autopsy reveals possible cause of singer's death. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back from the last commercial break. That's our sponsor, Nokpa. So without wasting much of our time, I have NGE SANS slam police over journalist on lawful detention.
In fact,
this is coming out after
the
said there's no immunity for journalists.
If there's no immunity for journalists, if a journalist is being arrested, I believe a journalist, or according to the rules and the law of the Nigerian police force, a suspect should not be detained more than 24 hours.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting to what I'm saying? But if Egbe Tokun is coming out to say that there's no immunity for journalists, in fact, it's a very shameful act to the Nigerian police force, and it calls for an attention. I believe the judiciary system should be able to call the IGP into order.
And these are the senior advocates of Nigeria that are coming out to say, why would you say that?
Say that, yeah, exactly the point. If the police, I don't believe it was a junior officer that made this statement, would have said he doesn't know.
But it's Inspector General.
Inspector General, automatically you could set sentiment in there.
The Nigeria Guild of Editors and some senior advocates of Nigeria on Thursday condemned the continued harassment of journalists by the police using the Cybercrime Act. The condemnation comes as many of the Nigeria police force from the Zone 2 Command Lagos State arrested a journalist and publisher of news platform Precious Eze. The publisher of the online newspaper was said to have been picked up by policemen at his Bagada Lagos home on May 27, 2024. His arrest, according to a statement by the journalist's colleague, was allegedly instigated by a complaint from a prominent businessman and politician. The statement added that Eze's colleagues, under the umbrella of the Society of Digital Newspaper Owners of Nigeria, learned of his arrest after 1 week. He had been detained, and attempts to secure his release on bail proved abortive. Reacting to the latest case of journalist arrest, the president of the Nigerian Guild of Editor, Eze Anaba, called on the police authority to desist from weaponizing the Cybercrime Act. He also described the detention of Precious beyond 24 hours as unconstitutional. We're still saying something yesterday here, that if police comes to invite you, like you are invited, you don't, the only hours you can spend in the police station should not be more than 24 hours. But now somebody was detained since May 27, Children's Day.
Yes, there is a backing up of a higher authority. Yes, that's why I said there is a backing up of an higher authority to have for the ID to have detained this guy for more than 24 hours before people started coming out.
Not 72 hours, not 48
maybe hours. The guy has spoken against the so-called president.
Obviously.
Or so
he spoke about a businessman. It was a businessman that came to report, and the man was arrested since May 27, 2024. Until date, the person is still in the custody. Without taking the person to court, without charging the person for any.
So I wonder what Nigeria has turned to, and what the future of this country. I wept for the future of this country. If this is the way we keep on running the country, before we get to know the country.
Before we feel, if we see journalists, if we see those that are into journalism, we feel we have a strong backing
yes.
Because they can see what is actually paining them
and what is going on.
But now even journalists are not safe anymore. You talk one, you've been apprehended, and that's the end of it.
Do you know what the government of Nigeria what the government of Nigeria are delighting? Or let me say the government of Africa. They are silencing they are trying to silence those people that they feel that can be a burden, that can be a problem to them, those people that opposes what they do. And if you are doing the right thing, there is a saying that I always say in this program, that a clear conscience fears no accusation. When you are the right part, if anybody comes out to say anything negative, you just look at the person and see you don't even know what the person, or you don't even care about what the person is doing, because you are the right part. If you are the wrong part, if you see anybody coming out to criticize what you are doing, automatically that person should be your number one friend, not your number one enemy, because he has come out to tell you where you lack, and see how you are going to recorrect yourself and put yourself into order that will make people hail your government after when you might have left. Now Jonathan has left over many years ago. Now we are still saying things about Jonathan, how he left the economy. What was the dollar rate then during the Jonathan regime? What was the amount of bag of rice? These are some of those things that needed we need
to check it. It needs to be put in place. Anaba says journalists are now being terrorized by law enforcement agents using the Cybercrime Act. That is unconstitutional. The Constitution says nobody should be detained for more than 24 hours. The police are increasingly violating this provision of the Constitution. There are bigger issues for law enforcement agents to deal with in this country. They should leave journalists alone. For instance, in the Premium Time story, because the reporter called one of the guys involved to get his reaction, the guy quickly called the police, and the police went ahead to call the reporter. What sort of nonsense is that? The police are now using the Cybercrime Act to terrorize people and keep weaponizing it to detain their enemies. That is not what democracy is all about. It is unacceptable. As a senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Yemi Ali condemned the journalist arrest and asked that there is media house contact the Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, as soon as possible. I'm sorry I'll be saying this, but I don't think the senior advocate of Nigeria, that is Lateef Fagbemi, will be able to come out to do something about it, because now his salary has been increased.
You see?
And he was the one coming out against the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, TUC, telling them that they don't have any right to actually embark on strike.
Yeah,
exactly. Now you are telling them to direct it to the senior.
No, you will not come out to speak the truth. You see, let me tell you this. These are some of the reasons why a lot of people of this country are calling the military to take over.
Honestly.
Because the way you people were acting on this democracy, it was like the military regime.
That you believe you can't talk.
Democracy should be an atmosphere, an environment in which people will be able to express their mind, their pains, what they are going through. People should be able to express, or people should be able to give an appraisal to you people if you do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, they should be able to come out and speak boldly.
So
now,
who dare come out to say, I want to say something?
With the present,
you can't.
With the
because
present
your freedom is not
democracy,
assured after
you when you might have said anything about what is going on. But if this is the way that you people are running the democracy in the so-called country, automatically you are giving room for the military to take over.
This one says presidency denies 105,000 naira pay as Labour awaits Tinubu's offer.
No problem. You may come out to deny because the fixed amount has not been announced, and they are still waiting for Tinubu to come out.
They
because
gave him 5 days.
You know, Wale Edun was the one that brought the report, I think, yesterday, because the president gave him the task that he needed the report and the implication on the Nigerian treasury. So to know where they are going, how is it possible for them to pay the 100,000 now, or is it not possible for them to pay? And if it is not possible for them to pay, which the look of things, but is it possible for them to pass a bill of increasing the judges' salary, the CJN salary by 300%? Because I believe one thing in this country: all animals are all equal. We are all equal. Everybody has the right to enjoy and to enjoy the benefit of this democracy. I believe nobody should be spared. No stone should be left unturned. The way you are planning a better life for the CGN must also be the way you plan a better life for the workers that are working tirelessly both day and night to move this country forward. How many travel the CGN normally embarked on? You know, the CGN that cannot even travel from Lagos to Shagamu or from Lagos to Ibadan. Not to talk of somebody who works in Lagos that travels to Shagamu every day, that travels to Kurudu every day. Kurudu is also Lagos, that travels to Ibadan every day, all because he was looking for what he's going to eat. And somebody who was just sitting down. What about the lawyers that are working in those courts? What are those things that have been put in measure, at least to make them, to enable them to enjoy a better life of the kind of job they are doing? Nobody is saying anything about this.
The presidency on Thursday denied reports that the federal government was supposing 105,000 naira as the new minimum wage. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, described the report as false. The report followed the presentation of the cost implications of implementing a new national minimum wage to President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa in Abuja on Thursday. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, submitted the template to the President alongside the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu. Edun confirmed submitting the template to the President and reassured that there is no cause for alarm when questioned about the figures. Tinubu was said to be currently reviewing the proposal and an official announcement is expected soon. However, the development triggers speculations that the Finance Minister proposed 105,000 naira in the new minimum wage template. Ononuga punctured the claim in a post on his X account. The presidential aide wrote, the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, has not proposed 105,000 naira minimum wage. The contrary story being disseminated is false. But I want you to know one thing, sir. There is no smoke without fire.
There's no smoke without fire, exactly the point.
For as many times they come out to tell us, no, no, no. Somebody might have seen something.
Somebody is sitting down somewhere foiling them to go ahead and say this and that.
It won't shock me at the end of the day when they come out and the proposed minimum wage is actually 105,000 naira.
Well, let's wait and see what the pregnant tide will give at you. We are in a country, the country is a mess, it's in total mess.
Meanwhile, the meeting of the Three-Party Committee on National Minimum Wage was again adjourned till Friday today due to the unavailability of the cost templates on the minimum wage. I just hope these people now, this guy, Joe Ajero and Festus Oshifo, they gave them the ultimatum of 5 days for the federal government to meet and conclude on their.
That's the reason why they suspend the
now,
1
the
week
strike
trial.
they did not continue the strike on Tuesday, and they gave the federal government just 5 days. I think the fifth day will be on Monday.
The Monday, yes.
Working.
Yes.
I just hope these people, they will not come again after embarking on Monday. Because now, if the federal government actually wants to do something, by now we should be seeing it.
Exactly the point.
But let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Sweetheart. I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
Gave me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every... You know I will never disappoint you.
Everyone needs a hero, like Nokpa.
After Nokpa,
It is always Nokpa.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. Like I said, you can be a sponsor of the show and send in your DM or call the number 0701010854. Before we went on that short break, I was saying now they already turned NLC to, they know if they go on a one-day strike,
they've turned them to
just come out with
a
our white
football
Amanda
that were being played on.
If they just, you see, especially the person I detest seeing the most when NLC are embarking on the strike.
You want to talk of Akpabio?
Ali Odume.
Ali Odume, okay.
The chief whip of the house. Once that man comes out, I don't know how he discusses it with them.
You see,
before you know everything, everybody is back to their work.
everybody believes. You see, those people that are the Senate house, they believe they are God. The way they write, they read themselves, and the way they normally act when it comes to an issue like this, you see them as, when they talk at times. You remember a lady that talks that said, why are we celebrating democracy?
Yeah,
democracy of 25 years.
Am I safe?
Why are we celebrating? Why people are hungry? Why people are dying?
What's
Why should
there
we
to celebrate?
What is there to celebrate? Instead of them to back the lady up, okay, what are we going to do? Let's rub mind together. They'll have to shut the lady up that, okay, the democracy brought you to where you are today. So it's called for celebration.
One of the reasons why she was actually shut up was because she's actually a female.
A female,
you don't have a say here. When men are talking, the women there keep quiet, which is not supposed to be. We come on gender equality, everybody is equal.
Yesterday, I begin to wonder, there was a thought that came over me that it was like, we are not really in the democracy. We are in a military regime, like which the president believed that every of his decision is the final on every issue.
So I want you to look at it from May 29 till date, whereby the president came on board as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. For as many that have spoken the truth against his administration, what happened to them? I remember there was a schoolboy that did one debate there. What happened
to the schoolboy?
Somebody else came out and started analyzing everything. Did you hear anything about the person again? Even those that are in the House of Representatives, those that are in the House of Senate, wants to see them say the truth. That is the last time we hear from them. We talked about Nengi yesterday.
Yes. What happened to him? He was being suspended.
So why are we stressing ourselves over things that we are more or less in the military regime?
That's why we leave them to. So it's how we are going to continue. We leave them and let them keep on taking decisions that is going to affect the masses because they believe it is their own turn. You see, let me tell you this.
The only time I feel we can do something is come to the next election, whereby Nigerians will come out with full.
Listen to me. Even if Nigerian comes out, don't you see where a policeman were standing with the ballot boxes that thugs aim in? The policeman could not do anything, and the policeman was there watching the thugs cutting away with the ballot boxes. Automatically, the police might have been called and won. Please, these other people are coming. Oh, don't try to bullshit.
The last but not the least, this one is kind of funny, but it is not funny. It says Tinubu working to improve Nigeria's economy.
Yes, he's really working to improve. He has even improved the Nigerian economy by
100%.
By 100. Let me say yes, 100%. You are right, because I could remember when the president came in on board, when the first subsidy is gone. What happened? Everything, the price of the food started hiking. He's improving Nigerian economy. He's killing the poor masses to enrich those that are in the government parastatal. So they were the one that the table has turned in favor now to now sit and say, okay, our economy is improving. So those that are down there, we that are down there, we are the one that has been affected by all their policies.
You know what actually pained me the most, and because it is coming from this person said, and I quote, I cannot pay my 4 drivers 100,000.
He has almost 4 drivers.
That is George Akume. Now he's the one coming out to tell us that Tinubu is working to improve Nigeria economy.
He's really trying.
The body of the news says the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF Senator George Akume, has urged Nigerians to remain calm despite the current economic challenge. Efo Kobale, according to our Baba slogan, Nigerians must remain calm. President Bola Tinubu is working to improve the economy. Akume said this in Abuja on Thursday while addressing the National Executive Council of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. He said that the current administration took over power when the economy was in turbulent state, noting, however, that massive reforms were being undertaken. One of them, which appears to be a little bit tough for people to understand, is the removal of fuel subsidy. People should stop shouting. They need to know the actual truth, Akume stated. He said that the government are taking several measures to address current issues, including swift action in implementing palliatives to cushion the effect of the reforms. Sir, I don't know. You got the palliative, right?
Which palliative?
I'm just asking.
In my own CDA, I told you, 5 kg of rice was given to 50 houses.
Okay, you took out of 5 kg.
Took out of the 5. I'm talking about we have 60 houses. Do you know what we did? Do you know what we did?
What did you do, sir?
We had to take that 5 kg of rice.
Okay. And
went straight to a house where maybe the house was just, the guy was just even managing. He built only one room.
You give it to him?
That was the guy we gave to.
We are all aware of the 35,000 wage award for workers, which means a 30,000 naira minimum wage with 35,000.
So that person that is talking now will come out and say, okay, what is accepting from the federal government is 35,000 naira minimum wage.
Additionally, 100 billion naira for CNG fuel buses will help reduce transportation costs and food prices. He added. He said that the government also took some measures to support various sectors. This includes the allocation of 125 billion naira in conditional grants and financial inclusion for medium and small enterprises and 150 billion naira in palliative loans to states to mitigate the impact of food removal subsidy. While we are providing 200 billion naira to support the cultivation of hectares of land, which is even more now, Akume said. He added that there were buses ready to be distributed soon, while rice and other essentials would also be made available. So, I say it to you and I charge you, Akume said, always let us know what's happening in your surroundings, in your